I think it's pretty safe to say that by far, one of the biggest mysteries of the Star Wars sequel trilogy has all to do with Rey's lineage and exactly who her parents really are in these stories. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one great thing about Episode 9 is that we do know that J.J. Abrams is going to really be explaining exactly who Rey really is and who her parents really are. J.J. confirmed this just a little over 4 weeks ago over at Star Wars Celebration, that there is a lot more to the story that will be told and explained in Episode 9 about Rey's parentage, her parents, exactly who they really are, etc. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the set leaks, this is where things begin to get very intriguing, involving Rey as a character as well as Rey's parents. Now, specifically, it's described that one of the scenes that were shot during the month of October included Rey walking into what's described to be a crystal cave of some kind that is said to be the entrance to the Lost City. It's said that on set, an unnamed actor and actress were portraying the roles of Rey's parents, where they were placed behind glass looking at Daisy Ridley. It's described that this scene entails Rey looking into one of the crystal cave walls, only to see the faces of her parents for the first time that will be introduced to the audience. Another sequence that was filmed involved Daisy Ridley holding hands with the actress in a white dress through the crystal cave wall. It's said to be a very emotional moment for Rey, seeing moments of her past in this location that is said to be very strong with the Force that will eventually lead Rey into the entrance of the Lost City, where she embarks on her personal mission. Lastly, one of the scenes filmed involved the voices of Rey's parents that lead her to the tunnel that serves as the pathway to the crystal cave. The sequence is said to also involve Rey's father in a black and brown cloak, reaching his arm out toward Rey. It's said that these are all in the form of visions, similar to how Han Solo will be treated in Ben Solo's mind in Episode 9. So I want to go over a couple of parts about this. Now, we actually have heard about the Crystal Cave before in the past, that this is going to serve as the entrance, if you will, right? The doorway to the Lost City. And what I like so much about this is that the only thing that I begin to really envision in my head, whenever I think about the Crystal Cave that's set to appear in Episode 9, I don't know why I actually think about the Fortress of Solitude in, of course, Superman, the Superman movies, right? In case you guys haven't seen that, something very similar in a sense, where we do have, Kal-El traveling into that, crystal cave or whatever have you, and he sees these images of his father and his mother. Guys, I gotta tell you, I think that without a doubt, J.J. Abrams got inspiration from Superman. That's just my take on this. So, what I really want to go over, though, even all the more so, is how that this is actually said to be a sequence in which Rey's parents are going to be introduced for the very first time to the audience that goes ahead and sees this movie come December of this year. So Rey's parents, like I say, J.J. Abrams actually confirmed that they are going to be fully explained in this movie. There's more to the story that will be told, in the forms of flashbacks and visions, whatever have you. That's going to make us view The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens in a totally different way, which is great and all. So this whole entire sequence that also involves, an actress that was actually performing, or portraying, I should say, Rey's mother in a white dress, actually, holding hands with Rey for a specific sequence, as well as an unnamed actor portraying Rey's father, reaching his arm out toward Rey. That was actually said to be a vision sequence. Now, these visions are said to be very similar in a sense to how Ben Solo is going to see his own father, Han Solo, from start to finish of Episode 9, which is a very interesting take by J.J. Abrams. Now, the Crystal Cave, which is actually going to be the doorway to the Lost City, this is actually said to be, one of the big moments in which Rey sees all these different moments in her past. Moments in which she sees her parents, her family, her younger self, different lines around those. So what I like about this, though, is that this seems like it's going to be a very, I guess you could say, cinematic experience, right? This is something that we have never seen before on the big screen, and we do know that J.J. Abrams originally wanted to explore Rey's parents in greater depth in, of course, The Force Awakens. That is, of course, until they unfortunately saved that story until later on in the sequel trilogy. That could have been explained in, of course, The Last Jedi, as opposed to our parents just being nobodies, where J.J. Abrams is now expanding off of that idea and really is going to be explaining Rey's parents in greater depth, which is great. So, we seem to have, a great divide within Star Wars fans. There are a group of Star Wars fans that actually embrace and love the idea of Rey's parents being nobody. Meanwhile, there's the other side of Star Wars fans like myself who really, love the idea of Rey's parents actually being more important to the story, because at the end of the day, even Anakin Skywalker, right, his own mother, Shmi, was very important and prominent to the story. She is the one who literally was the gateway, to Anakin Skywalker. She gave birth to him. That started the real Skywalker lineage, Luke, Leia, Ben Solo, you name it. Shmi was basically the Kickstarter of the Skywalker bloodline, and it really did leave open the possibility of other things down the road. So with that being said, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again.